Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of the most pathetic Republicans that we have. And that's saying quite a bit because we have Ted Cruz with the most punchable face America has ever had. Now, Greene's new idea is banning colleges from being allowed to teach. Not just colleges, medical colleges. They're not allowed to provide information to their doctors under Greene's new proposed law. Listen to some of what she thinks should happen. It would make illegal providing gender affirming care for transgender minors a Class C felony. Bans federal funds, including Medicaid funds, from being used for gender affirming care for transgender people. Bans medical schools from teaching about gender affirming care. Stops healthcare plans under the Affordable Care Act from funding gender affirming care, and bans anyone to have found performing gender affirming care from immigrating to the U.S. It also bans castration and vasectomy, any plastic surgery that feminizes or masculinizes the facial features, and any plastic surgery that placement of fat or artificial implants in the butt. It bans puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and Greene says she has 12 Republican co-sponsors. Now, the polling is very clear. The American people think transgender people should have the health care that they need. However, Republicans are running on taking away the fundamental rights of the transgender community because this scares Republicans. And it is another conspiracy theory that Republicans can run on because that is what they need. They need a conspiracy theory. They need fear to continually push Republicans to completely ignore the fact that they want exactly what Democrats are offering. Democrats have to be made into the boogeyman because Republicans want the exact same thing. The polls show 96% of Americans believe that we should tax the rich more. But the Republican Party is cutting taxes on the rich because that's, not what America wants, but that's what the people that fund the Republican Party does. So all this transgender phobia and their hatred and bigotry, all that is a smokescreen. So the dumb people, the pathetic losers that follow the Republican Party, they do not waken to the reality that they are being used to rip them off. Yes, Republicans are picking the pockets of Republicans. The grifters throughout the Republican Party that know that they are ripping off Republicans. They all keep their mouths shut and provide them a steady diet of hate and anger. And they will never wake up to the reality. Even the Republicans that have left the Republican Party, it's like, what happened to my Republican Party when we were running against the gays? Or we were talking about the satanic panic in the 80s and 90s. They're all part of the same cult. And there are plenty of people ripping them off. Marjorie Taylor Greene is, I have to admit it, so incredibly stupid. She is a true believer. But she also realizes that she can make a lot of money off these morons. Class C felonies, that's 10 years and a maximum of 25 years in prison. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene believes that colleges should not be allowed to teach what they want to teach. This coming from the book burning Republican Party. Don't let them fool you, and don't let the MSNBCs, Fox News's, CNN, any of the ones that pretend they're actual news to confuse you. This is what the Republicans want. No one is speaking out against Green in her party. She has a dozen co-sponsors. Republicans are perfectly good with the bigotry and hate. All they want is power and money. And the Republican Party is just dumb enough to give it to them. Alright, now if you like those videos, help me make more. Like, subscribe down below. Or you can go to my Patreon page and help support us. Or if you really want to help stop global warming, down below there's a power pipe that could end global warming in the next decade.